The Israeli occupation military has announced the start of a ground operation in the Palestinian of Rafah, targeting the city's northern areas. The operation is part of a broader campaign to seize control of large areas within Gaza and incorporate them into what Israel calls security zones. Defense Minister Israel Katz confirmed that the military is expanding what it has named Operation Strength and Sword, with large-scale evacuations expected in the coming days. Katz also urged residents in Gaza to pressure Hamas to release Israeli detainees. According to Israeli media, the defense minister stated that parts of Gaza would be brought under direct Israeli control as part of the ongoing operation. Israeli Minister of National Security Itamar Ben-Gvir has led a settler raid on Al-Aqsa Mosque under heavy police protection. Dozens of settlers under Ben-Gvir's leadership entered the mosque in groups through the Maghrabi Gate, performing provocative religious rituals. Palestinian news agency reported that Israeli forces intensified their presence around the mosque's gates and the old city, obstructing the access of worshippers to the mosque. Israeli Finance Minister Smotrich has announced that Israel has officially recognized 28 new settlements in the occupied West Bank under Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government. During a tour with Defense Minister Israel Katz, Smotrich boasted record demolitions of Palestinian structures, calling for broader strategic measures. Katz reaffirmed Israel's commitment to settler security, vowing to counter Palestinian construction, which he described as a strategic threat to settlements. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has announced that the current deputy head of Israel's security agency will temporarily serve as acting president until a permanent head is appointed. Netanyahu is continuing interviews with candidates for the position, including those he previously interviewed. According to the government's timeline, the position of Shabak head cannot be filled by April the 10th. Netanyahu also reversed his earlier decision to appoint former naval commander Eli Shavit as head of the internal security. The Lebanese army has reported that Israeli forces opened fire on its soldiers as they worked to remove dirt barriers in the southern town of El Adisiyah, attempting to force them to retreat. Despite the attack, Lebanese troops continued their operation, reinforcing their positions. And meanwhile, the Israeli warplanes conducted low-altitude flights over Beirut, coinciding with loud explosions. Lebanese Speaker Nabih Berri condemned an Israeli airstrike on Beirut's southern suburbs as another violation of the UN Resolution 1701. The Houthis have announced a large-scale military operation targeting hostile warships in the Red Sea, including the U.S. aircraft carrier Truman. Furthermore, Yemen's Houthis have claimed they shot down another American MQ-9 Reaper drone flying over the country, even as the U.S. kept up its campaign of intense airstrikes targeting the group. Houthi military spokesperson Yahya Saraya confirmed that their forces used cruise missiles and drones to strike U.S. naval targets, with clashes ongoing. He emphasized that the operation would continue intensifying until the aggression on Gaza stops and the blockade is lifted. The White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt has announced that the U.S. is intensifying diplomatic efforts with Russia and Ukraine to resolve the conflict, with President Donald Trump personally involved. Leavitt stated that Trump is set to visit Saudi Arabia in May. The White House reaffirmed support for Israel and confirmed immediate tariff hikes to be announced by Trump soon.
Go into effect on April 3rd as scheduled.
Correct. Yes, they will.
But what if they're wrong?
They're not going to be wrong. It is going to work.